right, so since we're having one of the most intense winter storms right now with tons and tons of snow all over the country, I saw that and I even saw someone comment, like, what are good snow movies? And I was like, you know what, that could be fun. So I started pulling a whole bunch of stuff off the wall. I watched a whole bunch of stuff. I probably watched, I don't even know, 7 or 8 films for this. I was really focusing on trying to bring you a bunch of good stuff. So the way I'm going to do this video is I'm going to do pretty rapid fire stuff here. I don't want to spend too much time on anything. I don't want to waste your guys' time. I just want to get you some picks so you can get watching. And, you know, you have a ton of snow right now, and let me just add to it by giving you a whole bunch more snow here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do the most obvious ones. Let's just get those out of the way, like boom, boom, boom. I don't really need to say anything about these, right? So first up, we've got The Thing. I would hope that you've seen that, but if for some reason you haven't, there you go. The Thing, the greatest film, the greatest horror film ever made, in my opinion. And yeah, a must see. I actually like all the Things. There's the original Thing, there's this Thing, and there's the prequel. I recommend all of them. So next up, of course, we've got The Shining. What do I need to say about it? It's a masterpiece. It's amazing. I love it. Moving on. All right. Christmas movies, right? Pretty much all Christmas movies, for the most part, have snow in them. Not every single one of them, but sure as hell, tons and tons of them. Silent Night, Deadly Night. I don't need to list them all, but I figured I'd just grab the most iconic one here, which is Black Christmas. Okay, of course. Obvious stuff. Misery, next up. One of the great films ever made. Rip to Rob Reiner, who just died recently. But incredible. I mean, one of the greatest performances of all time in Kathy Bates. For some reason, if you just haven't seen these obvious ones, you gotta see them, guys. And, Krampus, of course. Christmas movie, another one, but I know everybody loves it, so I thought I'd mention it. Next up, we've got Let the Right One In, and then, of course, there's the remake, Let Me In. Take your pick on which one you prefer, but I would prefer the original. So these are, the big obvious titles. And lastly here, we got 30 Days of Night, of course. Right, okay. I think that those are probably the quintessential snow films that everybody knows, everybody's seen for the most part. But if for some reason you haven't seen them, there you go. You got to get to every one of these for sure. All right, next down the list is, not as obvious, but, somewhat obvious. Okay, the first one I'm going to kind of throw a bit of a curveball here because the film only has a segment in snow, and then the whole rest of the film doesn't really do anything with snow. But it's the whole first opening of the movie. It's about a 25-minute opening. It's one of my favorite openings in all of horror, and it is steeped in deep snow. And all I got here is a red box here for it, because that's the only way that you can buy this damn thing. And this is The Empty Man. I love this fucking film. It's one of the most overlooked films of the last 10 years to me. And the opening is honestly one of the top best openings in horror, in my opinion. So, and it's deep, deep, deep in the snow. So I had to mention it when I was looking through the wall here. I was like, oh yeah, that opening is all in the snow, and it's incredible. Some of the best snow horror stuff I've seen. So, okay. Next up, I wanted to give you guys, some genre or subgenre options and whatnot. So if, in this being the found footage channel, I've got to throw you The Visit, M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit, found footage, one of my faves. Love it, love it, love it. And I guess if we're going to throw this in here, we can also throw in The Devil's Pass. The Devil's Pass is another cool snow found footage horror flick. Okay, next up, we've got The Black Coat's Daughter here from Osgood Perkins. If you are a fan of his previous films that have come out recently, like Keeper, The Monkey, Long Legs, if for some reason you missed The Black Coat's Daughter, aka February, definitely want to check this one out. Slow burn, and just chilling. Haha, chilling, get it? But love it, love it, love it. But if you don't like his other films, it is a very, very slow film, and it might not be up your alley. Okay, now for me, this is maybe the snow film. I love this film. I think it has some of the best atmosphere. So I'm just going to give you guys what you want, and hopefully you won't go away. If you know what I'm getting at here, we've got Stephen King's Storm of the Century. I mean, this is a must. This is an absolute must watch if you are looking for a snow film. This is about as good as it gets for me. I've seen this many, many times, but, you know, a bit of a warning here. The movie is like 4 hours long. It was a miniseries. I think it is the only miniseries that Stephen King wrote specifically only for the screen. You know, as an original story. Like, so yeah. Anyway, I love it. Andre Lenoge, awesome villain. Gotta watch it. So good. Okay, next up, my favorite horror film of 2019, I want to say, and this is The Lodge. Big fan of this one. You know, this is a family that goes to get away. The girl that's with them is new to the family. Something's happened, and the dad is trying to bond the kids with her. And man, things start going real sideways while they're there. And the ending definitely is pretty shocking, as is the opening. So yeah, this one really worked for me, and couldn't not mention it here because I fucking love it. Okay, another quintessential snow film here. Obviously, as I said, these are a little lesser obvious, but still fairly obvious. All of these titles should be fairly obvious-ish, but regardless, this is, of course, Adam Green's Frozen. Three people stuck on a ski lift. That's the whole movie. They're stuck there the whole time, trying to get off. Some people critique it for this or that, for realism. I don't know, man. It feels pretty real to me. And yeah, I love movies like this. Single location, kind of just stuck trying to figure out how the hell to get out of it. Love that kind of stuff. This is a really damn good one, and definitely one you should be checking out. All right, next up, I cannot believe I don't own this on anything but VHS. But this is, honestly, okay, I will say this. I had heard of this many times, but I'd never watched it until the last few years, and I was blown away by this film. It was like a 5 out of 5 for me, an unbelievable film. And this is Ghost Story. This is about half set in the snow. You got a bunch of dudes, older dudes, that are recounting these stories, Fred Astaire and so on. Everything about this movie. Alice Krige is definitely a vibe. She's unbelievably beautiful and awesome in this film. Yeah, huge fan of this one. I gotta get like a Blu-ray 4K at some point. But for now, all I got is my VHS, which I bought after watching it online, and was like, I saw it somewhere for so cheap, and I was like, I gotta have this on VHS. This is too cool. I don't buy VHS anymore. This is the first one I bought in forever, but it just looked too cool, and it was too cheap, and I was like, I gotta pick it up. Okay, so now we're going to get into the lesser known than that. I guess I'll just throw in a couple when we're talking about the not as obvious titles, just because I'm going to throw in We Are Still Here, which Barbara Crampton, you get older people as the main protagonists of a horror film. You never get to see that, where like people over the age of like 60 are the main protagonists of your film in the horror genre. It just doesn't happen, and it's always great to see. And I guess off the top of my head here, another one I'll throw your way that also fits that bill right there, like I said, is Anything for Jackson. You don't deal with the snow a whole hell of a lot, but there is a very memorable snow kill in it. That's all I'll say. But yeah, that's a really, really cool film as well, and I guess kind of accompanies this one pretty well. And then next up would be Guy Pearce's Ravenous. I mean, a must watch if you want to see kind of like it's not this story, but essentially like Cannibal the Musical, like the Alfred Packard shit. It's similar-ish kind of thing to that, but like I don't want to say super serious. It's definitely zany. I'll say that. Robert Carlyle, wild flick, super crazy wild flick about cannibalism in the snow. Definitely a must watch for snow films. And then, hey, sticking to the whole subgenre thing here, I'll throw you a couple werewolf movies. You got The Wolf of Snow Hollow, Jim Cummings film, really damn good. Small town stuff, really, really appreciate that. And then, of course, if I'm going to mention that one, I'm going to also throw you Werewolves Within, which has the super, super gorgeous girl, that AT&T chick. I never know what her actual name is, which is terrible, but that's a fun film as well. So if you want some werewolf films in the snow, I'll throw those your way as well. And also, this isn't a movie, but if you really want a super cold, super snowy, super dark, wonderfully acted and shot television series that's in the snow, AMC's The Terror Season 1. Season 2 is not have anything to do with Season 1. It's like an anthology show. It only went 2 seasons, but it is now getting a 3rd season all these years later. But the first season is as cold as you get. It actually kind of reminds me of the opening of Frankenstein, right? The newest Frankenstein from Guillermo del Toro, where you have these Arctic explorers who are going through the ice and they're trying to chart their way through. They get stuck in the snow, in the ice with their ships, and they're there for a very, very, very long time. This is actually based on a true story. But then, of course, there are artistic liberties with the story because there's a monster that is hunting them while they're there. And there's a lot of people turning on each other, and shit gets pretty wild. So definitely got to check out The Terror, for sure. One really damn good TV series. Okay, and all right. Moving now into maybe a little less obvious titles. First up here, one I rewatched today, actually, that I have not seen in quite a while. This is Sylvester Stallone's I See You, also known as D/Tox. Detox or ICU. This thing has a stellar cast, man. Tons of familiar faces and names. Stallone, as I said, Tom Berenger, Charles Dutton, Sean Patrick Flannery, Dina Meyer, Robert Patrick, Robert Brodsky, Courtney B. Vance, Jeffrey Wright, Chris Christopherson. I mean, it's stacked. This is very much like a 90s thriller, even though it was made in 2002, so it's like a little late. This is like at the tail end when they were kind of phasing out of those, and I guess they were just kind of throwing this in late. But if you like those kinds of like 90s thrillers, like The Bone Collector and whatnot, obviously Seven and Silence of the Lambs are like the pinnacle of those styles of movies, but those next rung down type of flicks, like Copycat and Diabolique and all that shit that they were making in the 90s. I See You. It's good. It's all right. Rewatching it, it's pretty predictable. It's pretty obvious. I would have liked to have seen better kills and whatnot, but I will say this: Stallone is excellent in this movie. He gives a really damn good somber performance. He's crying a bunch. He's like suicidal. It's not the typical like Stallone you're used to in Cobra, where he's cutting pizza with scissors and acting super fucking tough and driving lowriders and like nothing like that. A wildly different character for him. And it's always cool to see Dina Meyer, even though she's not in the movie a whole bunch, and I barely even recognize her as a blonde. But anyway, okay, next up, I rewatched this for this, and man, did this movie improve on rewatch. I didn't really remember it all that much. And this is Ghost House Underground's The Children. Yeah, man. This is 2000s movie. Not to be confused with the 80s children movie. Man, I loved this. I thought this was really fucked up. I thought that there's some good brutality in this. I thought it like had a real cold feeling to it, which a lot of these movies do. The next ones I'm going to mention here have the coldest feeling because of the cinematography chosen. It's a bit much, a little heavy-handed, but we'll get there in a minute. But for now, yeah, The Children. This was a cool flick, man. I was really, really impressed with this one. I had, honestly, like, I didn't forget about it, and sometimes I mix it up with the Offspring movie in my head. But regardless, yeah, I thought some of the scenes were graphic, and man, it does not hold back on killing the kids in this movie. So it's an evil kid movie where the kids turn on the parents, and I think it's really, really damn well done and pretty messed up. So definitely recommend this one. Okay, another one that okay, actually I'll save that for the end. Let's say next up, let's go into slashers. Why don't we? We've got to talk about slashers, right? Why not? So we're gonna do the Norwegian, right? Yeah, Norwegian slasher trilogy: Cold Prey, Cold Prey 2, and Coldplay. I knew I was going to say it. Cold Prey 3, which I do not own. And I've actually never seen. I rewatched Cold Prey 1 for this. I'm in the middle of watching Cold Prey 2 with my wife right now, so we have not finished it. But yeah, snowboarders go. One of them gets injured. They, take up residence in an abandoned ski resort, and a killer comes after him. It's pretty good. It doesn't have the good stuff in it, unfortunately, and that's the biggest downside. But the characters are solid, the location is good, and the cinematography is so cold. Everything is like blue, almost too much. Where you're like, okay, you're overdoing it, and it's got a very brutish killer. So I'm hoping Cold Prey 2 on rewatch has better kills that are actually shown, and it can throw in some exploitive stuff for me. The lowbrow stuff that I eat up, the boobs and the murder. But this one, unfortunately, the first one was lacking in that, and was teasing both quite a bit. So it was a bit of a bummer that it didn't deliver on those things. Other slashers, of course, I gotta throw in Shredder, even though it's not a good movie. And if I owned it, I might actually own it on VHS, but I didn't grab it off the wall if I did. I actually think I might, but whatever, it's over there. I can't look now. And that's Iced. I can't bring up Shredder without bringing up Iced. That's another flick that, it has a very iconic ending. Iced's ending is a must-see, absolutely absurd, ridiculous, what the actual fuck type of ending. And Shredder is another slasher that set in the snow. If you're looking for slashers in the snow, there you go. Another one here. This is a part 4 of a franchise, and actually my favorite sequel in this franchise. It's actually a prequel, technically, and that's Wrong Turn 4, Bloody Beginnings. This actually has some really gnarly kills, where Cold Prey's missing the kills. This one has the goods. There's some pretty memorable gnarly ass shit in here, and was pretty surprised when I rewatched it. I didn't rewatch it for this, but I always remember going back and rewatching it and being like, whoa, this one's gnarly. This one's got some wild shit in it. Okay, next up is, this is like, these are the ones that like I'd never even heard of, but someone sent me a copy of this a while ago, and when I was looking up films to watch, I was like, wait, I own that, don't I? And that's The Last Winter. So this one I'd never even freaking heard of. It's directed by Larry Fessenden. It has Ron Perlman and James LaGrosse and Connie Brighton, and then the guy from freaking Midnight Mass and whatnot. This is his first film ever. Yeah, guys out in Antarctica, and they're drilling for oil, and of course something gets out of the ice. It's not very like in your face like The Thing or anything like that at all. It really more screws with their mind, and they can think they're seeing things. So it's that kind of film. Overall, I liked it. I wasn't in love with it. I got some issues with it for sure, but yeah, I thought it was worth a watch, and I think it definitely needs to be on this list of snow films. So and then let's see. Also, another one that takes place in Antarctica that I watched is a Korean film. First time I'd ever seen this. I'd never heard of it. This is Antarctic Journal from 2005. I watched this on Tubi, and this stars the amazing Song Kang-ho, who I know from so many Korean films, The Host and freaking Memories of Murder and so on and so forth. Guy's fucking awesome. So when I saw he was in it, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I'll definitely watch this one for sure. It's a slow burn movie of guys just kind of trekking across the snow, and their leader is just like pushing forward no matter what. And they find a journal, and they start to get spooked by things, and they're just like, can we make it this far? And one of them gets sick, and they don't see how that's possible because there's no germs out there that can live. So how could he get us in like an illness that's like airborne or like virus or whatever? So yeah, I just don't feel like it pays off tremendously, but I think there's a decent amount to soak in. This one's on Tubi, as I said. It's not a hard recommendation, but I think that if you're a big South Korean fan and you like slower paced movies that are more character driven and whatnot, you could dig this one. This one, I was like, I liked it, but I definitely did not love it. So. And then lastly here, I guess, no, we got two more movies. So first one I'll mention here, a lot of people probably already were thinking about this one, but this was actually, I think, my first time watch of this. And this is the Emily Blunt movie Wind Chill from 2007. I think I've seen this before, but I couldn't be positive, so I'll just say it's a first time watch. I've definitely seen it mentioned a million times when it comes to snow movies, alongside of that like Kate Beckinsale Whiteout movie and other things. That movie was that the terrible one, or am I thinking? No, yeah, I don't remember liking that one. Disappointment's Room also was terrible. That has nothing to do with snow, but I'm thinking of Kate Beckinsale. But anyway, Wind Chill was rather good. Definitely some spooky shit out there. Two people get caught in a car. A lot of movies about people being stuck in a car. I actually thought for a minute this might be Penny Dreadful in my head when I was thinking about them. It was kind of confusing, both of them. A lot of movies about two people stuck in a car for a long time, whether it's Brian Bertino's Monster, or obviously Cujo, or, as I said, Penny Dreadful, or there's tons of freaking I'm stuck in a car movie. Even It Ends, if you want to call it that, or like endless road movies, like that, and is it Dead of Night? What's the name of it? Dead End. Yeah, Dead End. Dead of Night is a different flick. All right, and then lastly here, a movie I literally just finished before I pressed record, and I was like, that's it, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. How many fucking titles do these guys need? I just wanted to throw as many titles as I could because, I like to be the hardest working man on YouTube for horror. So this is Dead of Winter from 1987. I watched it on Amazon Prime. Oh, by the way, Wind Chill, sorry, really quick. It's on Netflix and it's on Tubi. It is leaving Netflix on January 31st, so you've got a very short window of time to watch it on Netflix. But have no fear, Tubi is here. It's on there, and it will probably be on there for a long, long time, and it's free. But ads suck, of course. So if you have Netflix, you need to watch it now. Get to it if you haven't seen it. It's got a very young Emily Blunt. Not like a very young, not like a child, but like, 20s. Okay, anyway. Dead of Winter, 1987. Mary Steenburgen, Bergen. And then I'm thinking of the Bergens from the Trolls movies. And I was like, wait, is that right? Yes, it is. I watched this one on Prime. It's also on MGM. And of course, as always, it's on Tubi. You can probably find almost every fucking movie I just mentioned here on Tubi. Tubi's the best. Anyway, this was absolutely fucking ridiculous. This was such a convoluted, absurdist film. So fucking stupid. I mean, what a joke of a movie. This is like, there's some cool things about it. It's got Roddy McDowell in it from the Planet of the Apes movies and whatnot. I always like seeing him. And it's just, you want to talk about a convoluted ass movie. Oh, another movie I have to mention here, because hell yeah, is Curtains. I didn't write it down, but God, if you want another slasher that's awesome, Curtains, which definitely inspired The Black Phone 2, which I'll throw in here as well, because that just probably dropped on VOD, or at least it's going to be soon, and absolutely stole something from that movie. It's an homage, I don't care, but the ice skating scene from Curtains is iconic as fuck, so I had to throw in Curtains really quick. Anyway, Dead of Winter, guys, no. This is so fucking stupid. It kind of reminded me of Curtains in a little bit of ways, just because it's a lot of snow outside, and there's actresses that are brought to this house, except for this time it's one actress. The levels of convolution here are so fucking ridiculous. Like, it gets so absurdist to me, with like the conveniences and the silliness of things, where it's like, oh wait, what now? Like, this is so fucking ridiculous. Who wrote this script? This was a wild watch for me. I was just like, what now? What the actual fuck? So if you want to check it out, if you're, Mary Steenburgen, who is only like 34 or something in this movie, that woman has stayed beautiful. She's in her like 70s now, and she's still beautiful. She has stayed the most attractive of any woman I've ever seen, as late as she is. Like, I can't believe how pretty she still is in her 70s. It's wild. But yeah, this is a dumbass movie. But it's an interesting one. I'm kind of glad I watched it, just to have it in my, repertoire that I can pull from, like a Rolodex in my mind of just ridiculous fucking films I've ever watched. So anyways, I want to stop yapping now. Did that give you enough titles? How many we even got here? What is this, like 30, 40 films that I just mentioned? So you got plenty to watch. Guys, stay warm. Stay safe. The winter will pass. I'm sorry. Some of you don't even have electricity. So you're not going to be able to be watching nothing. But when you come back online, if for some reason you want even more snow, you're probably like, dude, give me movies about the sun. Give me movies about the beach. I want to fucking be on a tropical paradise. I don't want to be any more fucking snow. Or maybe, hey, you know what? This is probably for a lot of people who are like, oh, other places are getting snow, like New York and whatever. You hear my dumb ass is sitting here in Arizona. What the fuck do I know about snow? Believe it or not, I actually lived in snow, really heavy snow, for a couple years, and I hated it. I don't like the snow. That's why I live in Arizona. Not the only reason, but anyway, I'm going to stop yapping. It's 2 a.m. It's time to go to bed. But yeah, guys, stay warm, stay safe, and let me know what other films. Trust me, I had 50 70, 100 other films that I was looking at, and I was like, no, 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 no. Good films too. They just didn't make the cut. So I'm sure if you mention it, I probably thought about it and kept it off. Or if not, I don't know. Let me know. What are some films here that I absolutely are glaring omissions that you gotta throw in the comments? Please do, and check the comments below if you want even more snowy films. So stay warm, stay safe, and I'll see you in the comments. Adios.